Hello! So I am going back to school soon, just like you probably are, or maybe you're already back, in which case I am so sorry. But yeah, I thought I would make a little BTS video showing you all the things that I always make sure to bring to school when I'm going there. So the first few things are a little obvious. I have a backpack, duh, and I have like a pencil case in here and a binder and an agenda. But the more important things you have to make sure not to forget are your teen rebellion and your deep disdain for all things, but especially your disdain for the overly capitalistic society in which we live that turns public schools into factories that beat the individual out of you to create standardized workers, instead of being educational spaces that can adapt to all kinds of different learners with all kinds of different strengths and encourage them all to be the best they can be. And also, just if you have extra room in your bag, you should toss in your general disdain for academia and your disdain for the fact that your entire educational path was laid out centuries ago by old white men, clearly the demographic that best understands millennials and has received very little updating to make it relevant to the modern day student. Make absolutely sure not to forget your depression and anxiety. I personally could never forget about mine. Ever. The complete lack of support or understanding you will receive re either of these issues makes it so much easier to get out of bed and go to school every day. Honestly, my favorite thing is when teachers drive me into panic attacks, which has happened several times now, and I am super stoked for the chance of it happening in the next school year. Always bring your hatred for the status quo. When I get forced to do work that's not at all relevant to anything I may want to pursue post high school simply because that's the way it is, it really motivates me to change what the way is in the future. And finally, don't forget your contempt for authority. Remember, when you're at school, you're basically a powerless cretin in a totalitarian dictatorship where you have no say in anything that happens to you ever. Hating the system and the people in power of it will make it a lot easier to deal with that. And of course, on your first day of school, you obviously want to make a statement with your outfit, so here's what I'll be wearing. And there you have it. Those are my essentials. Happy back to school, guys! Can you tell I'm bitter about school? Haha! Disclaimer, the opinions presented in this video are slightly dramatized, although I do hate the Canadian education system quite passionately. I also want to acknowledge that I'm really lucky that this is a problem that I have, because this is a problem that only the privileged can have. However, it's still a problem. I am going into my final year of high school, so soon enough I will be free forever. But since getting diagnosed with depression at age 12 and then anxiety at age 15, school has done very little for me other than exacerbate those conditions and make learning not fun for me anymore. And I love to learn, and like a lot, so that makes me sad. Oh, it also taught me how to interact with humans, which isn't a class, so I mean, I don't want to get too personal in this video. I mostly just wanted to be sarcastic, but if you would be interested in a video about my so far terrible experience in high school as somebody with a mental illness, let me know and I can probably find something eloquent to say about it. Okay, there we go. That's my video. Goodbye.